What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything, and I am your cook Spinelli, the self-proclaimed wing king and the ruler of all lemon pepper wings. So go ahead, click that link, and I'm gonna show you how to make the best lemon pepper wings in your life. All right, now today's video, I got a request from a subscriber named Rochelle Flowers. What's up, Rochelle? And I'm glad you gave me this idea. She wanted me to make a rosemary and garlic style wing. And you guys already know, I'm not turning down any attempts to make some good wings. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make buttered rosemary and garlic wings. Guys, delicious recipe. I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm in mine, so let's go.
All right, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. We have a stick of butter, we have thyme, Publix green wise chicken, rosemary, garlic powder, crushed red pepper flakes, garlic salt, minced garlic, black pepper, and cumin. So these are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. So let's go ahead and move on. All right, so I've already measured out our ingredients for this recipe. I've cut and cleaned our chicken. So what we have right here, I have a tablespoon of garlic salt. I have a half a teaspoon of cumin, and I have 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So this is what we're going to use for to season our chicken. And over here, I have a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of rosemary, a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 4 tablespoons of butter, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use for our sauce. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to season our chicken. So let's take our garlic salt and add it to our bowl with our chicken. Next, our ground cumin. And lastly, our black pepper. So let's give this a good mix to combine the ingredients with the chicken. Take a look at it. And let's move on to the next step. All right, so in this step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil to the chicken. This helps it crisp while it's in the oven baking. So add your teaspoon of olive oil, give it a good mix, take a look at it, and let's move on. All right, so it's time to prepare our pan. So I've already lined our baking sheet with aluminum foil. That's for easy cleanup. Let's spray our grates to make sure your chicken doesn't stick to the pan. So go ahead, do that, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so let's add our chicken pieces to our pan. Add them skin side down, about a ½ inch to 1 inch apart. Try not to overcrowd your pan to allow your chicken to cook freely. So once you add all your chicken pieces, we'll move on to the next step. All right, let's move these bad babies over to our preheated oven of 400 degrees. And we're going to stick them in the oven and allow them to cook for 50 minutes. Turning them over after 25 minutes on the other side to allow them to cook the remaining of the time on the other side. So go ahead, set your timer for 50 minutes and I'll see you in the next step. So we're halfway through the cooking process. Let's go ahead and pull our chicken pieces out and flip them over to allow them to cook for the remaining of the time on the other side. Take a good look at them. All right, flip them over and I'll see you guys in the next step. All right, so now our chicken pieces are done. We're going to remove them from the oven. We're going to place them over here on the counter under this light so we can take a look at them. See, guys, they're nice golden brown. You don't want to cook them too much at the moment because we have an extra step that we're going to do with this with these wings, so you don't want to overcook them in the oven. So take a look at them and let's move on to the next step. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to prepare our garlic rosemary sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt our butter into a pan. Make sure your stove is on medium low. Now what you want to do is you want to add your rosemary. Next, add your thyme, your garlic powder, your red pepper flakes, and your minced garlic. Now you want to continue to stir this, allow your butter to melt, Now, guys, I don't recommend you turning this up on high heat to melt the butter faster, because what'll happen is you will burn your butter. It'll start turning brown. Then you will burn your garlic, and that's not what you want to do. So keep it on medium and let your butter slowly melt. I'm going to add a little salt right here just to give it a little bit more flavor. All right, so now your butter has melted. So what you want to do now is you're going to start adding your chicken pieces. And just mix your chicken pieces into this mixture. Now, what I would do now is turn your stove up to about medium high so it can start cooking the chicken. And you want to just leave it like that, maybe for about a minute. But you want to continue to stir because you don't want to burn your butter and you don't want to burn your garlic. See, this is what you got. Man, this looks good. All right, so what you want to do is you want to remove your chicken, add it to an empty dish, and we'll move on to the next step. Take a look at it. Let's go. All right, so what you want to do now is you want to add those chicken pieces to a clean plate. Guys, look how they look. It looks excellent. All right, so go ahead, add your chicken pieces, and I'll see you guys in the next step. There you have it, guys. Rosemary and garlic wings. What a great recipe. Thank you, Rochelle, for putting this on my mind. Guys, I love garlic and I love butter. You put garlic and butter on any type of meat, I tell you, you got you a hell of a product. But this looks good, guys. Look at that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I got all the links in the video description below. I have the measurements, the ingredients, everything you need is in the video description below. Go ahead, hit that like button. Remember, that helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If it's your first time here, we make good wing recipes. I wonder where you've been all my life, because this is the place to be if you want good wings. I'll see you in my next video. The self-proclaimed wing king and the ruler of all lemon pepper wings. And I am out. Peace.